Roger, Mission Control. This is Mission Control to the launch vehicle.
This is launch vehicle. We'd like to respond to a 3-7 checklist requested by Mission Center Control. Over.
Roger, launch vehicle. Stand by. We'll prepare the checklist for rundown. And then for you.
All right, we're situated here ready for liftoff. Checklist A71 Beta Niner.
Roger, launch vehicle. The systems checklist proceeding as follows. Ceiling 300 Alpha and all systems are go.
VTR recorders engaged and running. Over.
Roger, all systems. Delta 999.113 time and counting.
We request an Allison check on the 37 hydrogen unit.
Command module ready. Prepare for liftoff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Command module ready. Prepare for liftoff. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Activate K-1 agenda. Epilogue.
Command module ready. Prepare for liftoff.
Welcome to K-1 Agenda, episode 140. Today is January 6th. Can you believe it? Finally, 2023. Today's episode is my monthly interview, and I'm very proud to say a longtime partner, friend, DJ, fellow rapper, man. We've been through a lot. Today's interview is with Ivan, so that'll be coming up after the first segment. First news is, once again, to everybody, Happy New Year. It's 2023. I'm so glad that to be here, to still be here, 2023, and making new resolutions for a new year. It's always fun, and it's always good to look forward to doing something different and doing something and bettering yourself. I want to send a special shout out to DJ Maaco for asking me to play his New Year's Eve DJ set at the Bump Shop, which is Detroit in Effect Studio. I had a lot of fun, man. Thanks, man. I was motivated. Thanks for getting me out there. It was a lot of fun hanging with the legend, and he was putting it down with the old school set, and then his Electro set playing a lot of his material, Detroit in Effect. So you can check that out on Instagram and Facebook. You'll see the recordings of it. I started off, I know I did 2 sets. I did one set for Europe at 6 o'clock. U.S. time, and then a second one, 10 o'clock U.S. time for the United States. My first set was a lot better. The second set had a couple of little minor flaws at probably like the first 2 minutes, and then I got it together. But it was a lot of fun. Thanks, DJ Maaco. That's the start of a lot of stuff that I have planned for 2023. Also, on that note, I'm going to be a little different with this. I'm putting it out here right now. DJ booking. I'm looking for a DJ booking agent. an agent that will book me for DJ dates, and that's worldwide. I'm looking for serious-minded people who want to take on only handling my DJ booking for 2023. Please get in contact at Puzzlebox at puzzleboxrecords.com to get a good booking agent for DJ dates. I've been really kind of doing a lot of stuff with running my label, putting out new music and stuff, and a lot of people still forget that I DJ, and I used to DJ. I stopped DJing a lot because I was doing a lot of live shows for a long time, and now I want to get back to DJing because it's the perfect way to promote my music for a whole new generation. So once again, I'm looking for a booking agent. And if you know any, a really good, reputable DJ booking agent that represents the world for me playing, my sets consist of electro, techno, minimal, disco, house music, everything that's electronic dance music. Please contact me at Puzzlebox at puzzleboxrecords.com. And also, like I said, coming up on the next segment, you'll get the interview with of the month with Ivan Sellers, a longtime friend. I like this interview. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it. Once again, get ready. If you're interested in purchasing my very first NFT, it's entitled KT-DR1 with Damien, Roach, and Neave. It's available now. You can see the purchase information below. Just go below for the link to buy it. And here's a clip of it. Also, check out my 2 releases on the Aural Mining 2 project from the group Strand's Blueprint and digital label, Offspring label called Harbonder. I have 2 tracks on there entitled Sector 9 and Plan of Escape. Check it out. Pick it up right now. It's only available digitally. I was able to play that on, I think I played one of them on New Year's Eve. I played it, but check this out. I'm really proud to be a part of this MP3 only compilation that Strand is putting out. This is the second one, Aural Mining 2 project.
It's time
looking
to
forward
make
doing
my plan.
Me and Strand always
my plan of escape.
Aural
It's
Mining
time
are really different
to make
they pick
my
tracks
plan.
that
My plan
might
of
be
escape.
old tracks that you did release or something just a little bit obscure and a little bit different. So this was really fun to do. Thanks, Strand. Also, pick up the brand new PBX-36, that's Optic Nerve Fragments EP. This is my latest release. It's more of an art piece as well because it's a color jacket and special color vinyl white. This is I want to make all my stuff more of a not just music but collector's item. So pick this up. Here's the track Linear Motion is playing. You gotta pick it up. It's hot. Get it. We still have some available. Matter of fact, we repressed and still have some available. So please pick these up. And if you don't have them, tell your store to contact us to get them. They are available right now in Detroit. The only store that have them, if you try to get them in Detroit, would be Detroit Threads has them. But later this weekend, we're gonna drop off some more to a couple of more local stores in Detroit. There are a few people, I'm trying to remember, in the States who have them. I just don't remember right offhand what stores in the States have them. But please pick this up once again, PBX-36 Optic Nerve Fragments. Also pick up PBX-35, the Unidentifiable EP, which is, I mentioned them before, DJ Maaco and my K-1 material. I played one of these tracks, played on my computer, which is my track. I played that at the New Year's Eve DJ broadcast that I did with Maaco, which he asked me to play, which was a lot of fun. Once again, pick this up, PBX-35, DJ Maaco, The People. Here's his track, Hot. Yes, also pick up my track on my computer.
K-1, K-1.
Okay, and also remember, new monthly interviews is up. Brian Boyer's episode is 131. Eddie Fowlkes' episode interview is 126. Kech Harrington's interview from Strand is episode 122. And Brian Bond's episode is 135. And this month's episode is 140. And that's my boy Ivan. Also, check out new Alien FM coming in 2023. Once again, studio sessions ongoing. We're going to be putting it out. It's going to be a hot new Electro release with me and Black Tony from the group Alien FM. Remember, K-1 DJ dates delayed till 2023. We're in the year 2023. I hope to have some announcements and a secure booking agent just for booking my DJ dates. And once again, get ready for that. I will be out there and I have plenty to say and plenty of music, unreleased music to play and a lot of new music to play. Also, if you would like to book me for a live show related to Optic Nerve, please contact Daniel at Connect Bookings and he will sort you out a date for a live booking. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ivan, and I hope you enjoyed my interview.
All right, Ivan, we've been knowing each other a long time, man. Just tell me a little bit about you, man, and where you grew up, a little bit about you.
All right. I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
You know, young son. Then my mom's got married, and we moved here, and I've been living here since I was 13.
Okay.
And I went to Denby High School. Denby, what?
Denby Tars.
For life. And I graduated in 1980. Moved away for 2 years. Came back. Started liking DJing. Mm-hmm. And then I started getting equipment. And I learned how to DJ. And shout out to Ernest Clyde, my brother in vinyl. Mm-hmm. And that's how I met Keith.
Okay, stop there. Now, you just mentioned that you had actually met, you had met Doug Craig before he became who he was and made that song with Juan. Because you met Juan before I met him, I think you went, and you met Derek before I met. Had you already knew who they was and you was familiar with the music? What did you think about, and if you were, what did you think about the music?
I knew of Juan, of course, from Cybertron.
Yeah.
Derek, I think I may have bought a record by him. Mm-hmm. Time Space Transmat.
Yeah, actually, that's Juan, but it was on, I think it was on a compilation at one time.
Rhythm or something?
Yep, and it was, and Rhythm is Derek May's group, so okay. It was on a compilation one time with Derek. But I know you have bought records when we used to go to Botright. You had some records that I didn't even have. Some house and techno and some early Detroit stuff, man. So that's what I'm saying. That's what we always had a kinship at, because it's like we always had hip hop. We bought hip hop, and we tried like hell to break hip hop on the East Side. But after a certain point, it was kind of like people wanted to dance. Then it's like and that's always been a staple. That's why I always thought it was weird when people used to say, "Man, y'all ghetto from the East Side." But when we started hanging out on the West Side, remember, we was like, "What the hell is y'all listening to?"
Our musical boundaries were blown out.
But remember, they was like playing something called progressive and stuff, and we was like, "Man, what is this crap?"
You couldn't play that shit on the East Side because people would be like, until they heard the Wizard play it, then they'd be like,
"Wasn't that funny how we tried to play that?"
The record day to go. Dum, 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 dum. I was like, man, I played that shit 2 weeks ago, and you told me to cut that shit off. No, man, that wasn't me.
And remember for us, how hard we tried to get Martin Circus?
Yeah, that was the dum-dum-dum.
Yes, you're right, Martin Circus. But I remember we were getting mad because we kept going to the record store. Remember, he never had it.
Right. I wound up getting mine from you.
Yeah, and then what's funny is it wasn't something that we was going to play at a party because on the east side, they just...
It was several breaks in that song.
Yeah.
And that's all we wanted to play. Yeah. I got mine from you. You got yours from Gary Chandler.
Yeah. And remember when we used to go exchange records with Gary, that was one thing when we met them. Remember, we wanted all the funky stuff that they really didn't want to play. Mm-hmm. And then, or we would get some obscure stuff. But I do remember we got the Cybertron album when that came out. Remember, E&M had that.
Yeah. And that's the original. That's the original copy with the crickets.
Yep. Tell people about that.
See, if people don't know about that, the original album, the very first generation of the Cybertron album, if you listen to Clear, the very beginning, you hear crickets chirping in it. And don't too many people know that.
Yeah.
I had one guy dispute me about that shit. He was like, no, man. I was like, let me hear your copy.
Yeah.
And then I let him hear my copy. He was like, how the hell did you get that? I was like, yeah, don't worry about that, but I'm taking my shit home with me.
That's the original. Now, I know what I want to bring up. Now, you have an associate that's part of your family. Who is this person who's like a legend in techno music and probably known around the world? Who is this person and how is he related to you?
That would be Paul Leslie.
Yeah.
That's my late wife's brother.
Okay.
And
what group was he in?
He was in a number of names.
Wow. So he was what part did he play in the group? What was he?
Musician, songwriter.
And was he the lead vocal?
On Charivari, he was the lead vocal.
Yeah. And
he came up with the music for the song.
Right.
And
I work with Paul. I know he's a musical genius. He's a great musician.
He can play anything you want to learn how to play. He can listen to it for a few seconds and be like, okay, you can cut that off. Go to the keyboard.
I got it, yeah.
And he would play that stuff and I'd be like, I just don't see it.
And what's another track they were known for? A lot of you have to really
Schizo.
You would really have to be an old head like from the 80s to know that type of music.
And the funny thing is, you used to love Charivari, and I was like, I ain't never heard that shit before. But my song was Schizo.
Schizo, yeah.
I love
that was
Schizo.
the more new wave track.
I like the Schizo because it reminded me, the guitar lick put me in mind of the Munsters. Every time I would hear that, and you drinking 40s Mickeys and shit, and your mind start drifting. And I do not own the copyrights to that song.
Okay, my next question is, how did you get, we've been knowing each other for a while, so everybody I know. It's like everybody who know me know Ivan. And we graduated at different times.
Yeah.
We used to do so much running together. We was together all the time. We done hip hop together. We've been in rap groups. We've been in all types of entertainment companies.
Different countries.
You know everybody I know. Everybody who I started out with in music, you know them because you work with them some kind of way.
Yeah.
We always all hung out. We always supported each other when we were doing parties and stuff. What's your fondest memories about that time? And just name some of the people that we know together.
The fondest times and people we know. Gotta give a shout out to our boy, Dwayne Carson.
Yeah.
Of course, let me see.
Daryl Dorsey. Black Tony.
Definitely can't forget. That's my boy right there. That's my brother from another mother.
Tommy Hamilton, BJ.
BJ. The guys from Strand.
Yep, Brian Boyer, Brian Bonds, Kech.
And Marty Bonds. Those are my boys.
Anthony Shakir.
And Shake.
Yeah.
And, it's so many people. And I definitely cannot forget my sister, Wanda Dixon, because if I do, she'll cut my throat.
Right.
That's my girl.
I'm going to bring her up in the later on, yup.
I'm trying to think of I met Eddie Fowlkes through you. We performed in the festivals.
Yeah. Yup.
And Bill Beaver.
Yeah. Yup.
Gabe Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, from Funkadelic.
And there was another cat that Gabe brought in with us that played the synthesizer horns when we did the Funkadelic theme. And all I remember, his name was Steve.
Yeah.
And I swear, when we were performing, I almost
remember another person that we got to meet. Remember from the Brides of Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Sheila Horn.
Sheila Horn, but she goes by Amuka now.
Yeah.
And she was phenomenal.
Yeah. Very down to earth.
Yeah, she was just as sweet as she could be. She wanted to perform with us.
Yeah. But that didn't happen. Something happened, but it didn't happen.
I mean, we met so many people. We saw George Clinton. And remember, we tried to get his autograph.
Right.
And the driver wouldn't let the window down or stop.
Yeah. But I'll speak on that next. So, by you saying, well, how did all this come about? Because think about it. How did we get you into? How did you come into the music business? Like really the Detroit techno business. So how did that come about?
That came about through a wonderful friend of ours, God bless his soul, Eddie Bassett.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with him one day, and he said, "Man, we should go see Keith."
That's Eddie, yeah.
All right. So we jump in my ride, and y'all was over there on Gratiot.
Yeah.
And we parked out back, knock on the door.
Yeah.
What up? And you and Wanda were renovating the studio space.
Yup.
And I started helping, and the next thing you know, I was like, "Oh man, you needed such and such."
Okay,
and such.
but explain though, who is Wanda though?
Oh,
and
Wanda.
What was going on with me and Wanda? You know.
Wanda was the other partner in Puzzlebox.
Right, co-partner.
And it was at first it was just you and Wanda.
Yeah.
And then I started coming over.
Yup.
And we helped shape that first studio.
Yup.
Which was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yup.
Because we built everything in there.
My favorite one too. Yup.
When I say we built everything.
Yup.
We were extremely hands-on.
Yeah. And that was new for me because I hadn't done no type of work like that before.
Right. And
yeah. I learned a lot from y'all.
It was extremely phenomenal.
Wanda did the whole electrical.
That in and of itself, that woman is bad.
Yeah, she tough, man.
Wanda, if I got to pick between having people on my construction crew, I'm going to get, and her name is Wanda
Dixon, but her last name is Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Yes.
I'm going to call Wanda on the phone and say, "Hey, you think your husband let you come out and play construction with us?"
So remember, okay, after when you came, so you was hanging out. Then what happened? What did we say to you one day? We grabbed you one day.
We had finished the studio, and then one day y'all sat me down. I thought y'all was about to tell me, "Yeah, we don't need you to come around."
Now get your ass up out of here.
But what it was, they told me, said, "Hey man, we was thinking we're gonna make you a partner." Yeah. I was like, "What?" I said, "I don't know. Shaq can't play no instruments. It don't make no difference.
Yeah,
we're gonna make you a partner because you've been down. You helped us put all this together." And I was like, "Wow." Yep. And from that day on, I was in the Puzzlebox family.
Yeah, I could say, Ivan helped us a lot, man. It was like we never treated like we was partners. It's not like, hey, man, hey, Ivan, can you do this? Because I can't do this today. Can you do this? Can you drop this off? Can you go pick these records up? Whatever.
Yep,
you know, if I was out of the country, then, you know, he would do more stuff. Whatever, man. Everybody had their own little desk and computers and everything. And we had a little side hustle on making computers. And
thanks to them, I became computer literate.
Yeah,
I didn't know diddly squat about
it. We did a lot. So, I mean, in that time, man, just think about the amount of music that was made. We was doing a lot of music at the time. Hobnobbing, we was doing it. It was always music coming out. And I remember you had a chance to go over and do a tour. Yeah. You went over as the tour manager. That was fun. Tell us about that and, you know, what that was like. Got your passport and everything. Ivan was ready.
And that was a ball of fun.
Yeah.
We got to go. We went to Paris, France first. Shout out to Serge.
Yup, Serge and Selena. Yup.
Love y'all forever.
Yup, that was nice.
We got to Paris. We got to see the sights. We got to see the Eiffel Tower.
Yup.
Notre Dame Cathedral.
Yup.
The Louvre.
Yup.
Passing by.
Yup.
We saw where Princess Diana met her untimely demise.
Yep.
Then we went to the the club Massage. I think it was.
Paradise Massage.
Yeah, Paradise Massage,
Yep.
and that was Paris is beautiful to go to,
Yep.
and we had an absolute ball. And the club was a nice size, and it was the people were real nice there, and everything was great there. Then we left Paris and went to Copenhagen.
Yeah. It was cold in the mud there.
It was cold, but it was a different kind of cold.
Yeah.
You know, it was like crisp, but it got to the point where I could actually walk around like this and not be freezing.
Yeah.
And the club was in a
Like an airplane hangar.
No, it wasn't an airplane hangar. It was a warehouse.
Yep.
A warehouse off a waterfront,
Yep.
and they converted it into a club. When we went in there that day, they were putting up the different stuff, and when we got there that night, it was literally like shit from Secret Weapon, flashing lights moving to the beat. it was just phenomenal.
Stage set up and everything.
Stage set up, and then they had this special. Remember that DJ setup?
Yeah.
They had the aluminum, the tubes.
Yeah.
And they had the turntables in a coffin set up with rubber strips.
Yeah.
And I was like,
so it was suspended in air.
I was like, what is that for? They said that way it doesn't vibrate.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did that shit. We had a blast that night. Then we left Copenhagen and we went to Barcelona, Spain, which is absolutely Barcelona reminds me of being home in Brooklyn.
Well, you know, I was impressed when you started speaking Spanish. I was like, what the hell? He's speaking Spanish like a mug. I'm
Right,
like, damn.
Then it was a few phrases I had to learn. Like it was one where they say, and forgive me because I haven't said this in so long. It's been 22 years since I said this. Tiren sus manalaires, and that means throw your hands in the air. And sigan trongue el baile. Dance your body like you just don't care. But my man told me, he said, if you want to say, put your hands up, say, manos arriba. So I said that, and everybody was doing this and shit. And,
You know, you looking kind of Cuban now.
hey, man, you know, who put this shit together? Me. Who I trust?
No one. Yeah, but it was work though, wasn't it? I mean, we was younger then
Oh, yeah,
too.
man,
but
it was working. And this was right after 9/11.
all that traveling when we had to carry everything.
That was right after 9/11. That was March of 2002, and it was.
Yeah.
I was on pins and needles. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you gonna blow up a plane I'm on. You gonna get into a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I think back about them times finally because it was a lot of fun traveling with more people, man. But it was work, and it's like now I'm just like thinking, man, you know, you be in the air for 8, 9, 10 hours, and you in one city, then the next city you really basically sleep until you go to the airport again. You know,
Right.
we didn't really think about all that, but that was a lot.
No,
That's three places.
That was my first. You and me didn't sit together
Yeah.
on that first flight going to Paris.
Right.
There was a person in between us, and I was like, man, I can't go to sleep. He was like, shit, you better take your ass to sleep.
Yeah, it's gonna be some work, man.
You said
some work put in.
We're going to be on the plane for 12 hours. And by the time I finally did fall asleep, I did this. And I felt the sun come up. And I was like, ain't this a bitch?
Okay, so who was on the tour? Remember?
It was, you were DJing, DJ
Yeah.
K-1.
Yeah.
And a number of names
Was doing a Shari
was promoting the Charivari remix.
Right.
And that was Paul Leslie and Sterling Jones. And I myself, I was the road manager / hype man
Yeah.
for both entities. And
Yep.
we had a ball.
And you know, and people really did. They really liked them, and everything went well. I'm glad that I didn't. At one time, I was going to perform with them, but I'm glad I didn't because I felt like that would have been trying to get too much props. Props was for them,
Right.
You know,
right.
because they and I've talked to Juan Atkins about this. He still says they did not have the first record out.
Well, no, and you
he
know
said
what?
it was his record.
It was his record. I found out.
Yeah.
His record came out on 45
It was on Deep Space Records.
a couple of months before.
I think it was Alleys of Your Mind.
It was.
Yeah.
If not months, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then actually Paul kept saying, well, we took ours on cassette to Mojo.
Right.
So at this point, y'all both had hit records. I wouldn't give a fuck if yours came out 19 seconds prior to his on January 2nd, 1981. y'all had hit records and
Right.
they live with that shit.
Right. Okay, let me stop. Okay, Ivan, I got a great question because we go way back. I mean, you remember? I mean, you knew me when I didn't have keyboards or anything like that. I just had some turntables and basically
drums.
I mean, basically, I was just like y'all had more than I did, you know. And I mean, what have you learned, you know, with being around all these people who started? You knew us when we all first started. You knew us when we didn't have nothing. Maybe Tom might had a couple of Casio keyboards. That was it. And Doug Patterson. We left out Doug Patterson.
Exactly, Doug. Yep. Shout out to Doug.
Yeah. So what do you remember most fondly about those times, and what have you learned from that?
I've learned how to. The very first person that I watched work with a drum machine was Dwayne Carson.
Yeah.
He taught me how to work on the Yamaha drum machine.
Mm-hmm.
Then he also, which I gotta give him a shout out for this, he taught me how to work on an MPC 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me the basics, and then he's like, I ain't showing you nothing else. You work that shit out yourself. And I'm sitting there, and somewhere at my house, there's a CD of me making this beat for a song my cousin and I had an idea for, which I can't divulge the name of it now because my cousin get pissed off when I tell him I found the CD. He's like, hey, you messed up my money. We're supposed to be traveling the world. Now I was like, dude, you do realize that was 20 years ago. He's like, I don't care, man. That was our money. But and I've learned from all my people that I've been around, to get to the point of your question, I've learned how to work different drum machines and play keyboards, which I can't play keyboards, but certain people think because I can stand on the back side of the keyboard and play, that's great. And I'm looking at Keith and the guys from Strand. They said, how the hell did you do that? It's like, y'all play on the front side where you're supposed to be playing at. How the hell y'all can't play on the back side? I said, man, there's something wrong with you. Then I always had, I didn't think like everybody else. Like my mixes, when we would do parties, I always thought of mixing different songs. Like Keith would be like, how the hell did you think of mixing that? I don't know, man. I just did it. And like Brian Bonds, he was like, man, you come up with some crazy mixes. I mixed Flashlight with Rump Shaker one night.
Oh yeah, that's unique. Yeah.
And Brian was like, I ain't never heard no shit like that. He said, where did you come from that? I said, well, I drank 3 blue motherfuckers. So yeah, I'm going to be real creative tonight. I'm drunk. And I DJed for like a half hour at the Motor Lounge that night. By the time we finished wrapping up and cleaning up, I was sober and I went home and I thought of some other shit to DJ with.
Another person we left out BMX.
Yeah.
BMX was around too. Shouts out to BMX. He's doing really well right now. I guess my other question is, remember, you knew me, Black Tony,
Yep.
Tommy Hamilton, BJ.
Yep.
I mean, speak on that, because you knew us when we didn't. The only one who really knew how to play was BJ. Remember, BJ was the only one who had to play keyboards. Now, can you explain it's just weird, how did you think about how we came from that to this? You seen it from the get-go.
That's that.
And people had some talent, man.
That Alter Road. Alter Road. That's the best way to sum it up. Yeah. If you haven't heard any Alter Road stories, you truly don't know these fellas like I know.
Yeah, explain Alter Road. And what Alter Road was.
Alter Road was down the street. They lived down the street from Skateland, but they would go to work. We would all go to work, come together. I DJ, Keith DJ, played instruments, and Tommy had that Jerry curl, and he'd be playing the keyboards. And then when he told me, he said, I just learned how to play these a couple of months ago. I was like...
And we was in awe of Tommy, because it was just like, this dude was playing, him and BJ really, I mean, they was just playing shit. Yeah, Tommy was just flying over the keyboard with his fingers, playing Time Space Transmat and
it was
No UFOs, all of that stuff, you know, and that just, I guess like pumped us all up because next thing you know, we all like just
Right. Yeah.
tinkering on the keyboards.
But everybody else was tinkering on the keyboards. I'm literally pecking like. Then remember you got that sampler.
Oh, the S10, Roland S10.
No, you had the Casio.
Oh, the Casio.
You had
sampler.
borrowed that Casio.
It looked like a
sampler.
drum machine.
Yeah, you borrowed the Casio. I don't know how you got it.
Yeah.
And we was putting together stuff for the hip hop groups.
Yep.
And that was the first foray into.
Okay, now speak on that. I forgot. We forgot to mention that. What were we doing first before? What were me and you doing first before I got into the whole electronic music thing?
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Would you enlighten us, Mr. Sellers?
It was you, Eric Lewis, God bless, Bobby Martin, and myself. We were in a rap group called the Force 4 MCs.
That's right. Yup.
Our thing was
He's silly.
we were coming for running. We was coming for y'all ass. That's what we was doing.
Yeah, we got in a couple of contests and stuff, yup.
And Bobby, wherever you are, if you see this DVD, this video, you need to get at us, son.
I think Bobby's in Florida, right? I think he moved back to
he's
Florida.
in North Tampa. And that brother now, me and him, we could rap our asses off. And Eric was like Easy E.
Yeah, he was a very proper talking guy, so it was hard to get him.
I'm Easy E, the real boy, and I come from the school of the Russian Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a little easy to get him to. It was easy for us. We already talk slang anyway, but for him it was a little bit harder. But God bless him, he was always there and trying his hardest and stuff. And throughout that's how he ended up. Really, you think about it, we met a lot of other little people. I think we met Damien Booker, who was a Detroit techno guy. We met a lot of people back then just from Eric.
Yeah.
And Eric was taking us to these places we had never been. Some of these record stores and stuff. That's when, remember we found out about Aspen Records?
Yeah.
Because remember Doug Craig went over
Doug
there.
used to work there too.
He went over there and worked Aspen Records.
I think Eric was the one that turned us on to Record Time.
Yep.
When Record Time was in their first store.
Yep.
Once again, you talking about a store that's big as your studio.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, let me see. Aspen Records, and then I know and shouts out because Eric. Every time I hear Shannon, I always think about Eric because he loved him some Shannon.
He loved Shannon and you taking me
to the point of no return.
To the point of no return.
Expose.
Yeah, he loved that.
He used to love playing that 12-inch.
Who was it? Somebody else he loved. He would play that. I can't recall him, but
he liked all that. Well, at the time, that was more of the what was it? God, a lot of the not Euro, but John Roca and Once Upon a Time, all that type of stuff. And we started really digging that more because we had bought them from Buy Right. But remember, that was right around the time when Jeff Mills got on, like you said. And next thing you know, we had all these records because we was hanging around Eric. And was like, I dig that. And that was a testimony to that we liked all kinds of music.
Right.
We would listen to all kinds of stuff and buy the records, even though we couldn't play them at the parties on the east side. But they would look at you like, man, if you don't take that crap off.
But then remember,
once Jeff Mills got on the radio,
the Wizard opened us up to speeding shit up.
Yup.
And that's when I started really going outside the box because I was like, well, I ain't got to play this shit at 33 to 30. I can play it at 45 and it'll mix with every damn thing I wanted to go with.
Right. Another person we met, that was the first time we met Mike Clark. Remember we was trying to go to that DJ contest?
He was doing that contest on 6 miles
and it got shot up or something.
And I live near there right now. And every time I ride by, I was thinking about it. This is a piece of shit.
And that was the first time we had seen 1,200 turntables, remember?
Yeah. And my man, he was talking about, I paid $600 a piece for these.
And we was like, you lost your mind.
Wrong.
Eric was the first person that gave me the hookup on the 1,200 turntables. If we'd have had money then, if we could have bought those, we could have made so much. It was $298 for it.
Yeah.
And I remember 1-800-TDK-SA90. I'll never forget the phone number. That's what it was called. Called that mug and the 1,200s was $289. For me, that was a lot of money because I only had one. And I worked that damn
Look at these-
turntable.
look
Damn
at-
foot was hanging off the mug and
I had a
leaning
little
on to
bit
the
of money,
side.
and I was like, nah, I can't buy that.
Yeah, we all had jobs and had responsibilities, man. Couldn't do that. I was able to get one, and then we would spin on the other turntable would be a direct drive or belt drive.
Yeah.
Either
Nah,
way,
it had to
we
be a
still do
direct
it.
drive because with that belt, you'd have that nasty drag when you let it go.
But, you know, I want to bring up, too, because, I mean, you know, we run into each other and everything, and, you know, you've helped me out a lot over the years. Just,
And vice
I mean,
versa.
just always just like, man, whatever you need, you got me. I'm trying not to take it for granted. I know where we came from, and I know how hard we used to work. Remember how every time you would come through, we had the keyboard sitting out, we was working. Remember what I'm saying? We used to
Always.
be practicing, working, and we was playing them songs without a computer, without no sequencer, all
Right.
that stuff. We was working. So on that note, I just want people to, I'm trying to give people the sense of, it's not just about me, but I was a part of it. Just a sense of how what we was doing was different than anybody else, because I don't know nobody else that was doing that. They might have been making records, wine them, but nobody was in the basement practicing making the music.
No, and we had a great sense of camaraderie.
Yeah, yep. And honesty, like that shit didn't sound right. Nah,
Nah,
man.
you'd be like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's
Wacky
not
ass
good.
shit.
Yeah. But more, I was it wasn't, I didn't feel like then it was competition either. I felt like we was constantly, when we first started, we was constantly giving three people all the props. Dwayne, because he owned the drum machine. That's the key.
Yeah.
BJ, he owned the keyboards. He owned the
And he could
sequencer.
play, and
And then Tommy owned the keyboard. So we always, I will say that, didn't we constantly, we put them guys on the pedestal, always
Right.
giving them props.
And we all,
Like,
we
yeah,
all
you guys
had-
are good. You guys are good. But I wonder if we wouldn't have, if we didn't get pushed by people like you, where would we be? We probably wouldn't have even done this. Because you was always like, nah, man, y'all shit sound good. You know?
Right. It's-
But I just want people to know that it was some hard work after that. And for me, it wasn't about, I don't want to turn into my interview, but for me, it wasn't about competition then. We didn't even think about no word about competition. It's just whatever we doing something, we calling the crew and everybody coming.
Right.
Every time we did a party, everybody knew about it. They came in. Our guest list was long.
That's another statement.
I mean, our guest list probably had about 30, 40 people that showed up.
Shout out to Olu Jabari.
Olu
He
ran
would
and
dance.
everybody. You remember?
Mike Ski.
Mooch. Everybody came through.
Everybody show up and
Yeah.
the brothers would get out there and start dancing.
Now, speak on the parties, though.
Now,
When we used to do DJ those parties,
the
man.
parties,
Parties was live.
Pete went to college and he had one speaker left, a Serwin Vega. It was like the size of an apartment refrigerator.
Yeah.
And people used to say, you can't do no party with no one damn speaker.
Yes, we did.
Hold tight. Hold on. We rolled that motherfucker down the stairs and it was heavy. It weighed as much as 3 people in a box. And we'd roll that sucker down the stairs and we get that shit crunk up and then we get the party going. And Olu and Rand would be nobody downstairs. We just get the music started. Then we play Planet Rock.
That's
And
right.
then
They
everybody
jitting,
started. Mike,
Yeah.
Rand, and Olu would start jitting.
Yep. Yep.
And then Mooch would come downstairs and join in with us. Then the people would hear the song and we'd crank it up a little bit louder.
Mm-hmm.
Then the party would get full. The next thing you know, the person who threw the party, you got to turn the music down. We can't hear nothing. And I heard him, and I being a smart ass, I'm like, I can't hear you. You got to turn the music down. And after the 4th time, I tell him, let's go outside. We get outside. Yeah, you got to turn that music down. I said, but you said we couldn't do no party with one damn speaker, so...
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't have a problem with. Whenever we did parties, if we did like a block party, a party outside, man, we didn't have to worry about no volume because that mug
No,
was
because
bumping.
I remember one time we did a party at Dwayne's house,
Yeah.
which we did on numerous occasions.
Yep.
One night, me and Pete walked from our house. We walked from Glenfield in Ansbury
Damn.
all the way down Dickerson to where the party was at on Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got like to Copland and Kirchable, and actually Copland and Charlevoix, you could hear faint sounds of the music echoing. Then when we got to like Kirchable, it was almost like he was in the backyard.
Yeah.
And the closer we got, the louder it was. And I was like, damn, that speaker is bad.
Yeah, and it was crystal clean. It was served Vegas, man. That mug was. And remember, that was your job, though. Remember, they stayed at your house, and you always fixed it, soldered it, stuff
once
back.
again, God bless Eddie Fowlkes. I was like, Ed, don't pull it out by the cord, man. Fuck this speaker, man. We'll pack this shit up. We got to go. He'd snatch it out by the cord. Then Saturday, Sunday, if it was Friday night before the party Saturday, I'm up Saturday morning looking at this like, I told his ass not to pull this damn thing out by the cord. Then one time I put it in the back of Eric's car.
And the window broke.
The window broke, but the speaker fell out. Remember the speaker broke? And when Doug brought it to the house, the speaker was like this. And I look at the speaker, I was like,
Yeah, you should have had a doctor's outfit on to do the operation all the time.
but I always got it back together.
You always had it together before it's time to roll.
You got the speaker fixed. Like, yeah, the speaker fixed.
And it had wheels on it, remember?
Yeah, and that was the best part. It had the two 18-inch woofers in the front.
Mm-hmm.
It had a horn and piezo's.
Yep.
As Pete corrected me 2 weeks ago on, it's not
Piezo's.
piezos. I was saying piezos. He's like, motherfucker, it's piezo's. Well, thank you, Dr. Ernest.
Okay, so I got 2 final questions. I'm gonna bring this one up because I want to make sure that the reason why I'm really doing this, man, is like for prosperity, man. When we all gone, there's some record about what we did. You know what I mean? So, how did you feel? How do you feel when you hear records like on the radio? You know, when you finally hear records on the radio that I was a part of with, you know, BJ, Tommy, Tony, AUX88 and all that stuff and what we did. I mean, because you was, like I said, you and Eddie go back, I think, the furthest. Y'all was there like from the beginning of like when we hit the first note on that keyboard.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, what are your feelings about that? Well, I mean, you never made me. I just want to say you never made me feel like, oh, Keith think he better than nobody. Nope. You always was like, made us feel proud. You always like, man, bragging and everything. I appreciate that with you.
And you're welcome. I can put it to you best. My wife, my late wife, I should say.
Yeah. God bless her.
A friend of ours, her husband, he loves AUX88. And when Tony told him, she said, them Charlie boys. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me, he's like, oh, Uncle Charlie, you don't know them. I was like, bullshit. I said, I was there on Arthur Road when they first started playing this. He was like, for real?
Yep.
I was like, yeah, man, I know them. Them are my fucking boys. I said, I can fucking call each one of them except for BJ for you right now to talk to. He was like, for real? I was like,
yeah.
I got Tommy's phone number in my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keith's phone number. I can either call Black Tony if you know him.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't know you was into music like that, Uncle Charlie. I was like, there's a lot of shit you don't know about your Uncle Charlie, but...
And I always say this about you, too.
Boys.
You used to always say this, man, I can't play no damn keyboard. I used to say the same thing. I never consider myself a keyboard player. I used to always say I was a DJ.
No, but
I'm saying I applied myself, and every time you applied yourself, you used to come and be like, hold on, how you play that? Boom, 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 and you come back and be playing it.
Right, but
so
you would show me.
But it's the same way we started out. So it really ain't no different. I mean, you know, the thing is, because you got the love of the music. That's the key. If you love it, then you'll spend time and learn how to do it. And you used to learn how to play things. You know how to play stuff. Back when we did, remember you was playing Funkadelic on the keyboard before?
Right.
I've heard you play Barry White, the piano line for one of Barry White's tracks.
Yeah, I know. I learned how to play that by myself.
But what that's what I'm saying. But by hearing,
was,
everybody can't do that. You know, you got the right notes.
Think back when we were practicing for the festival
in 2002.
2002, you, the guys from Strand, mm-hmm. Black Tony, we all in the studio.
Yeah. And
y'all tripping because y'all standing in front of the keyboard playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you was on the other side.
I'm on the other side, and I start playing, and y'all was like, "How the fuck did you do that?" I was like, "What you mean?" I can't do that shit. I was like, yo, motherfuckers play. I can't even fucking play, and I'm doing this. He's like, nah, man, that's some special kind of shit you're doing there, bro.
Now, another thing, when you speak at the 2002 festival, you were actually a part of it. I mean, not just helping us to put the stuff together.
And I lost my damn voice.
You actually got a chance to do some vocals with, you were doing background vocals with Bill Beavers.
We did.
And what tracks?
No, that wasn't. That was the first. That was 2001.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because remember, we were in the very first festival. Right. We were in Underground.
Right. Yeah.
And we did.
That was the Electro
Elite.
Electro Elite. See, what was the Electro Elite?
That was the Micronauts.
Yeah.
Positronics.
Yeah. AUX88.
AUX88. A couple of different female groups.
Yeah, Black Electric.
Black Electric and
Exile.
Exile.
Which was Tommy's female group.
Then you had...
and I had the Black Electric group, which was my female group.
Black Electric, and then we had...
we had Kenneth
Cody.
Reginald. Oh, God, what is his name? Cody and Mike.
And then he had his boy Aaron, and Aaron could sing his ass off.
Yeah.
So we did the Electro songs, we did Knee Deep, and then I got to do Planet Rock.
Right, and we did, I don't think we got around to doing Sunshine, did we?
No, because every time we practiced for 3 years and could never get to that damn song.
Yeah.
Everybody
true.
loves the Sunshine.
So you're right, man, you're going back. That's like the first festival was...
2000. It was 2000.
It might be 1999 or
no,
2000.
It was 2000.
Yep, 2000, yeah.
And it was funny because me and one of my best friends, absolute best friends in the world, he started talking about it. He said, and he got a voice, he should be on the radio. He was like, Charlie, you killed that motherfucker, boy. When you came out and did that goddamn Planet Rock, bro.
That is right. You did a good job on that,
yo.
See, and I think what I liked about us too, and whenever you would see people and they'd be like, who know us, but never seen us rehearse, never seen us do a show. When it's time to get on the stage,
that's a different me.
That's a whole different thing, and we're about hyping up the crowd. We've always been about this, so it ain't no fear. It's just destruction.
And that's kind of like
it's destruction, man. And you're right, you killed that on that. That was really cool. I remember that.
Like
Planet Rock.
Because remember during practice, BJ and them would be like, man,
you gotta be into it.
And when I performed that shit, they was like, man, you killed that motherfucker. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, that was the whole premise. He said, but you wasn't acting like that in practice. I said, that was practice. I said, performing and practice is two different things. I said, I'm a ham motherfucker. I like to perform in front of people.
Yeah, that's on CD as well. Actually, it's out there on the internet too. If people look it up, 2002.
No, that's 2000.
2000. Yeah, it's 2000. I'll take it back. It's 2000.
Now, my 2002 performance, I ain't gonna pat myself on the back.
On that.
I did it. Looking for the perfect beat, but I lost my damn voice.
Yeah.
Lost my voice and...
Well, we was doing a lot of practicing there.
Oh, man, we was practicing.
Remember?
8 hours.
Yeah. And Gabe took us to a whole nother level when he
and that was in 2001.
He was like, nope, start over. It ain't got that groove.
Because in 2001 we brought my sister-in-law Diane.
Yeah.
We brought her in.
Yeah.
And she helped get the vocals together between her and Bill.
Right.
They got the vocals together.
Yup.
We threw down.
Yeah.
And like I said, when Gabe brought Bill Beavers in.
Yeah.
And then he brought that kid Steve.
Yeah.
And played the synthesizer horns with Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
I swear, it was a couple of times I wanted to look over my shoulder and say, Maceo, hit me.
Yeah, he
had them synthesizer horns.
I like working with them because they're really professional musicians.
Yeah.
And they didn't treat you any different. You know?
Man
he would just show you what you could do and like, hey, that sounds pretty good. And try this and do this. I really like that. And Gabe, man, I didn't even realize how great of a drummer he was till it was just like, Gabe is the man.
He's a hell of a drummer.
Hell of a musician, period.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but man, this is the end of the interview. What would you say? What would you like to leave people with, or what's some of your parting words? Your whole journey with being a part of this, the Detroit Techno family and the history and everything. There's a lot of people that know you. I don't know, Mike Banks know you, Eddie Fowlkes know you, Juan Atkins know you, all kind of people know you, man. So, I mean, what would you know, what's your last words about this? Because we done got up there in age now, man. And
yeah, tell me about it. I'm gonna be old.
You look good to be 80, though.
Well, you know, I'm actually.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not 80.
I'm closer to 80 than I am to 40. Damn it! I'll be 60 next Sunday.
Damn. Well, you look good, bro. You look good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'd like to leave everybody with. Don't get wrapped up in a whole bunch of shit that society tries to throw at you. Be your own person.
Yep.
And that's just be your own person.
Yep.
And in the words of the late great Don Cornelius, I'd like to leave you with love, peace, and soul.
But I gotta interrupt and say this too. Now, what we have learned, and we've been knowing each other since we were really young, man. So we've been through a lot together, and it's like one thing about it, we might have been times when we wasn't together or whatever, through whatever. We always been down for each other.
Right.
You always be my brother, man. Love you.
And
I got you.
One and the same.
I got you like you got me, and it's like I just love that, man. When my mother, I talked to my mother and father for how's Ivan doing? How's Tony doing? They asking about y'all,
Right,
and it's
I
just
always ask about
and it's
that.
just that respect when you see them and how we treat each other's parents and family and all that stuff, man. I hate that that's missing from a lot of this generation, but you know what? We can only be who we are,
right?
And I appreciate that you never been above. You've always been right there. Right. You know, and some people say, well, we need people to be in charge or above. No, it's never been like that with us. It's always been like everybody on even keel.
Right, and if everybody had their own lane. You'd be like, okay, Ivan, you know how to do the sound.
Yep.
Get your ass over there and start wiring up shit.
Yep.
You do the keyboards.
Yeah.
So-and-so.
Right.
Take the pictures. This, that, and the third. And then at the end, when it's all over with, we'd be like, all right, I need you. Somebody come listen to this shit and see what it sounds like. Come look at these pictures. What it look like? Go on down.
Oh, man. Don't even go with that. That's an inside joke, man. But you know what? I'm going to end it with this. Ivan, tell me one funny story from the past. Because I did that with Brian Bonds last interview.
Look, I could tell everybody about what the whole meaning behind going without me. But then that would mess up our inside joke forever.
Oh my God. Ooh.
Shit,
man, me and Tom used to say, going without me on so many trips.
I guess I will elaborate on it.
Explain to people what that is.
We were doing a show in Joy Middle School, and we had a fog machine. Didn't nobody tell us how to operate the fog machine, so we figured you plug it in and the shit would start coming out. Well, you got to let it heat up. And God bless Eddie Bassett.
Because Eddie didn't give a damn.
Eddie, he put the canister on there. They plugged it in, and then when time came to use it, a stream of fog juice shot out across the stage. In that Joy, they used to have a grand piano on the stage, and Dwayne was running across the stage, and Dwayne is almost 7 feet tall. His ass, he slipped in the fog juice. He was like, if I can get my buddy, he was like this. And we started laughing. When he hit the floor, the whole fucking stage shook. And he said, fucking go on without me.
So that's the joke, y'all.
He said, fucking go on without me.
Go on with, so every time we somewhere, we always say, go on without me.
And he got mad as motherfucker. Fuck this shit. I was like, and when I say he shook the whole stage. It was like, boom. Speakers and shit started tumbling.
Oh my God! Listen,
he jumped up. Fucking go on without me.
Listen, I've been to Greece, Japan, Germany, and every time me and Tom used to, when we had a lot of fun on tours, man, he would say that to me. Like if I was tired or something, he'd be like, nigga, go on without me. And I just died laughing.
This shit was funny.
So that's the inside joke. Everybody knows about that, man.
That motherfucker, because like I said, when he slipped in that fog juice, he literally, his body went like this to the floor.
Hey, Twain, If you see this, man, we're not trying to die. It was just a very funny
No,
story
it's a funny
that
moment.
meant a lot to us all. And going without me, man, is a is a classic that we talked about for years, man.
And we
We'll
laughed,
never forget that.
And we're glad you didn't get hurt. And you know we love you.
Yeah. Yup.
And God bless you. And
All right. Thank you, I appreciate it, bro.
no problem.
Puzzlebox Records. Puzzlebox Records is my label. It's been around since 1995. That's when it was started. I just want to let people know if you want to buy any of the old music that we have, some repressings and some new stuff that we're pressing, because we're going to be pressing old stuff, some more old repressings as well. Please contact distribution at puzzleboxrecords.com and we will sort you out with a wholesale order. First off, PBX-34, which is K-1 meets Marty Bonds. That's the Cosmic Flight EP, the latest release. Pick that up. It's been doing very well. It's on a lot of DJs lists and stuff, and top 10 lists. So I'm very proud of that. That track of Marty's, man, To Fly is awesome. So please pick that up. Also, PBX-TR3 Optic Nerve Trilogy Wave. That's from the Trilogy Wave 3 EP set. This is Wave 3. It's back in stock and it's directly from us now. You can buy it directly from us. It was originally only being distributed by Rubber Dub Records out of Glasgow, but now we have it back and we're exclusively distributing it ourselves. And you got to get that track. The track on there is called The Gateway. It's a very unique optic nerve track I did back in the 90s. Also, pick up PBX-C230. That's the Alien FM double pack. Original double pack called The Original Broadcast. It's repressed and back in stock. Pick that up. Also, pick up PBX-32 Stargazing EP, K-1 featuring the awesome Doppler effect. Pick that up. It's on color vinyl as well. Limited edition color vinyl. Also, pick up PBX-3 Face Shift Fate with the great writings of Black Tony. And it's also an acapella on here, so pick that up. Also pick up PBX 8.5 Electropathics EP, repressing in stock now. That features the track Detroit Parties Rock Like This. Also pick up PBX 4, the Automaton EP with the tracks Techno's on My Mind, Nemesis, and Oscillator. Also pick up Modular World K-1 EP. This is my K-1 electro funk, more minimalized. Pick that up. It's called Modular World, and that's PBX-29. Also pick up the third release for Alien FM, which is called Monochromatic Images, featuring the vocals from Kayla McKnight, Black Tony, and K-1. Pick that up. Also pick up PBX-31 Voice Modulation from the album Mad Scientist. AUX88 presents The Mad Scientist. Pick that up. We will be putting out more EPs from my releases with AUX88 from that Mad Scientist album. This was a great track done by Tommy Hamilton. Also, PBX-33 Strand meets Optic Nerve. We have a few of those left, so pick those up. It did quite well, but we do have a few more left, and we want to get those out. So thank you. And once again, if you have any questions and you'd like to talk to us about getting these records in your record store and you want to get it wholesale, please hit up distribution at puzzleboxrecords.com. Thank you. Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to let you know that now the Optic Nerve t-shirts is available. Alien FM t-shirts is available. All my designs I did formerly when I was in AUX88, all the designs I did for Direct Beat Classics, all the Detroit designs I did, you can get them in t-shirts, hoodies, baseball shirts, coffee mugs,
phone cases, laptop bags, everything is available. And you can order this and have pretty good, reasonable shipping because the t-shirts are printed in countries all around the world. So please take note. Here's the link, and you can buy all the material. And keep watching out because I have a sale twice a month where it's 35% off everything in the store. So thank you once again for supporting, and look for those new designs coming. Thank you. K-1 out.
Question of the week. This week's question. If you have any questions, please email Puzzlebox at puzzleboxrecords.com, and I will sort you out with the answer. This is it's really cool because everything was related to what happened really New Year's Eve. Here's the question. Love your DJ set on New Year's Eve. When can we see you in Italy? Thank you. I had a ball. Anyone knows me, hey man, I can DJ with the best of them. And I'm ready to get back out. When will you see me? Well, let me just be candid and honest, and I've always been like that. I've been having a problem getting I can get live dates and get a few dates. I've been having a problem with getting DJ dates because all the booking agents who are contacting me or contacting my booking agent wants me to do live shows with AUX88. Well, anyone who knows, I'm not in that group. I have no regrets of not being in the group. I'm no longer there. This is about me and what I do and me showing my skills. This is the K-1 agenda. That's what the show is called. It's amazing. And I'm going to be candid. It is so amazing that people actually call me and ask me to contact the other members in AUX88 because they only want me to go out and play live. So they want me to contact the other members because they can't get in contact with them and tell me to contact them so we can all get together and do a show. Not going to happen. I'm not interested in doing that. This is the K-1 agenda. This is about my exploits and putting me out. And I say that I don't even have to do this and tell you that. I'm just being candid with you and telling you what the truth is and the way it is. So I admit that I got I have a lot going on with running my label and everything. And you know, when people still say that, sometimes I really shouldn't have to answer back. Or my live booking agent Daniel from Connect Bookings does not have to answer back, but we do. And we answer back truthfully. And it's like, why would you even insinuate or even ask that when you've been told that if you want to get Keith Tucker, you can get him for a DJ set. You can get him for a K-1 Electro set, Alien FM, Optic Nerve for live shows. Why would you even do that? But that's okay. Being candid with you and let you know how things are going and what people think. I'm proud of everything that I did, all the multitudes of work I did when I was in that group, and all the stuff I did related to graphics, marketing, everything. The whole look, everything I did, I'm proud of that. But that was then, this is now. Don't sleep. K-1 agenda. Don't sleep on me coming out. Trust and believe I will be in your country this year. Whenever I say I'm going to do something, it's going to happen, and it will happen. I will be over this year. I don't know if I will be directly in Italy this year, but I can pretty much say it's probably about 75%. So look, thank you all for asking these questions. And you can ask me anything. I will always tell you the truth. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions, please email Puzzlebox at puzzleboxrecords.com. Thank you. Thoughts of the week. This week's thoughts of the week is still related to the same thing. DJ bookings for 2023. Let me just say this. I've had discussions with DJ Stingray. I've had discussions with DJ Maaco, and various people who are already out there spinning and everything. And it was just amazing. They would give me some contacts, some people who would contact. Also, Serge from Clone. Thank you very much, man. Serge from Clone, Oliver from EPM. They threw some booking agents at me so I can see about getting some DJ dates. And it was amazing that people would come back and it would be like, oh no, we have too many people on our roster. I even had one DJ, one booking agent who I dealt with years ago when I was being booked with AUX88. He does not feel comfortable. He's not interested in booking at all, just because of the relationship that he had with AUX88 a while ago. Whatever. But it's amazing, and I have to speak on it once again. It's amazing to me. My biggest regret, not from doing music, not having a regret being with AUX88 and doing all that. I pushed a lot to do the live shows, and I turned down a lot of DJ gigs over the years. I could have kept doing that, and I stopped doing it. But what I've realized, because I've gotten older now, I realized it's a very good thing to keep doing, because I've been doing this for 30 years. A lot of those people, a lot of the people who actually bought my music and supported that, their families, they have families now. They probably don't even buy records anymore. You have to keep promoting yourself to a whole different new generation who has not heard your music. And I think that's the thing that a lot of groups have. They just think that everybody knows who they are and all that type of stuff. No, you're always striving to reach different generations and new followers or new fans who like your music, just to get it out there to hear it. And that's why I'm striving for DJ bookings for 2023. Not a problem. I actually had some dates that were booked. I just didn't give the dates. I decided to cancel those in 2022, because I wanted to get more dates and I wanted to get a definite booking agent. So once again, that's my thoughts of the week. I know I'm harping on the same thing, but it's been on my mind. And Maaco really helped me with asking me, to play on his date for his DJ dates for New Year's, man. That was a lot of fun. A little podcast. It was a lot of fun, man. No pressure. It was just fun. And like I said, this is part of Thoughts of the Week, because it's kind of frustrating. It's like I have to prove myself all over again, but that's not a problem. Trust and believe, man. Detroit DJs, they're some of the best DJs in the world, if not the best DJs in the world. When we come out to play, we coming out to kill it. So I feel the same way. When I do get out there, watch out whoever got to follow me or who comes before me. That's all I got to say. That's Thoughts of the Week. See you next week. Shout outs as always. If you know my brother, his name is Mark Antonio Tucker. He turned 58 years old. Please contact me at Puzzlebox at puzzleboxrecords.com so we can find my brother and get him back with his family. This has gone on far, far, far too long. Please reach out and email me so we can get back in touch with my brother. I want to start by once again giving a special shout out once again to DJ Maaco. Thank you, brother. I had a ball, man. You welcomed me to your studio around your family and everything. Much appreciated, man. You got a beautiful, great family. Your kids are amazing. You have an amazing wife, man. Thank you for having me over, and we had fun. He's a good brother, always been a good brother, man. Awesome DJ. Electro legend. I was glad to be a part of it. Shouts out to DJ Maaco. I hope in the future, hey, when I'm overseas, that we can do some stuff together, man. Some DJ sets together, because we'll kill it. We'll kill it, period. But once again, I just want to send a special shout out and thank you to DJ Maaco. Thank you. On that note, I want to say shouts out to my mother and father. It's a new year. maybe getting closer to moving y'all back here in Detroit so you can be closer. And I just want to tell everybody, Happy New Year. I hope you get everything you want. I hope that you can find within yourself to try to, look at every new year as trying to get better and try to do things, to do more. I'm already busy, so I'm going to be busy even more now. And I'm really on my health kick and eating better now, having more energy and strength because I got to get my strength up because I will be getting out traveling. Thank you, everybody, for all your support of the K-1 Agenda. This has been episode 140. Can you believe it? That's 140 weeks in a row. Thank you. See you next time on the K-1 Agenda.
Hey, I just wanted to say, everyone, please hit that subscribe button for YouTube, and please subscribe to my page. I really have enjoyed all the support I've been getting, but hey, like this and subscribe to this page. Keith Tucker K1. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.